Good morning. This man that you're looking at right now, this man was homeless on the street. I got arrested with a rope tied around my pants. It's difficult for me to say that. It's difficult for me to go back into those shoes that I was once in. I'm grateful for it. You know, I want you to look into the eyes of someone who was on the street, someone who was homeless, someone who did heroin for 23 years, did all the drugs for fucking 23 years. I tricked myself into thinking that that was going to set me free, that I could find something inside of that, and I couldn't, because I was struggling. I was struggling emotionally because I didn't love myself. And I want to speak on behalf of every single person that is on the street, every single person that people walk by in life and society and look down on and think that they'll be fucking nothing. You know what? I was one of those people. And I'm very, very grateful for it, because I'm a human being, a part of the human race, and it don't matter what someone's going through. You never know what they're gonna do. Me, I came out of it, you know, and I'm gonna change the world. I'm gonna do something really big for this world. And people walk by me my whole time on the street, and they thought I was shit. They thought I was nothing, you know. That doesn't mean I was a bad individual. It was just the means that they judged me. They judged me on what they saw. They didn't ask me who I was or what I was going through. They didn't give a shit. So I want you to be, you know, I want you to have understanding when you see people with less. Like, you don't know someone's journey. You don't know what they've been through. And it's interesting to me the way we judge each other, you know, just because somebody's pants are dirty, or, you know, they've clearly chosen to use drugs to bury an emotional trauma. Rather than look at them like they're shit, maybe look at them with a little bit of empathy, because whether or not, you know, you've chosen to go through drugs, you have a story as well. Every single one of us has is on a journey, and the lessons are different for everyone, but that doesn't make us better or worse than anyone. We're all the same. Everyone is experiencing life on a different level. Mine was very difficult. For me, it was just my journey. I had to go through it in order to do what I'm going to do in this world, and I'm very grateful for it. But I think I might even be more grateful for every single person that told me I'd never be shit in life. They told me I'd be nothing. They told me I'd never amount to anything. They told me I'd be a loser my whole life. Well, thank you. Because I'm sitting here today. I know how lucky I am to have had a moment of clarity in prison and to have had a spiritual awakening within myself. I'm very grateful for that, and I never deny it, and I never talking, you know, would look at it any other way. Now, spiritual awakening was not me going down to church and giving my money to an offering plate or some shit like that. It's within. It's you know, everything inside of you that's spiritual is within you. Very important, and I'm very grateful for it. And you never know when another individual is going to have theirs and what they can do. You know, and that doesn't mean that the individual has to be on this detrimental journey where they're homeless, living, you know, sticking needles in their arm. That doesn't mean that has to be that. You could go home every single night doing a job you don't like to do, lay beside someone you don't actually love, and have all these bills for things you don't actually need. What makes your journey so different than mine? You know, we both had nothing at the end of the day because we didn't have love. So these individuals that you see that are, you know, visual, emotional trauma, please sympathize and empathize and look at it from, you know, it's just a journey. You have no idea what somebody's going through, and it maybe, you know, the real thing is when someone isn't on the street yet they are going through the same thing that person is on the street inside. Because let's be real, I mean, if we're struggling on the inside, some people just show it differently, right? So it's important for me to, like, speak the way I speak and do what I do and be the way I am, because I'm just human. I'm a human being, a part of a human race. I mean, let that sink in. Human beings, a part of a human race. No one's different. No one's better. Everyone is here to learn something. Some people's lessons are more difficult than others, but if you're lacking love, it's all the same. It's all the same. And I'm very grateful for the 23 years that I had to learn that lesson, because I learned it. I'm 37, and I learned it, and I feel like I've just been reborn, you know? I don't give a shit about age or anything like that. I'm just real grateful to have time on the planet to do something cool, because I found it. And I can promise you it's looking for you too. And it's looking for every individual that's out there that has less. Some people just struggle more to find it. And they distort themselves from thinking about it or from finding it. Some using drugs, some buying things, you know, some it could be video games, television, whatever it may be. But just remember, we're all human beings, part of the human race, and we're all here to learn some shit. So don't be looking down on your fellow man as if he's less or you know, beneath you, because that's just weird. Money doesn't make you better than anybody, you know? It's best if we just see each other as equals. It's just really what it is. I don't know how we've divided in this way, but I just wanted to share that because it's important to me. People see me and they more often than not can't even believe the story. But it's great and I love it because it gives them something to think about. So hopefully I gave you something to think about.